What is this? Is the impeachment thing about to get really interesting? WashingtonExaminer.com. Lindsey Graham, Senate Intelligence Committee will call Ukraine whistleblower. What? Not necessarily impeachment. Oh, no. Just the Senate Intelligence Committee. We're going to go ahead and call him. We don't, this impeachment or not. This is not part of the impeachment thing. We'll just call him. Who's the whistleblower? Who does whistleblower work for? Who does number 2 work for? You tell that turd. Hey, how about a courtesy flush? The Senate Intelligence Committee plans to call the whistleblower whose complaint was the impetus for impeachment proceedings against President Trump, according to a top Republican senator. With impeachment headed to a likely acquittal next week, which it's Monday, you're seeing this. That's the week. Senator Lindsey Graham described on Sunday how Republicans in the chamber are gearing up for investigations on 3 fronts. The Senate Intel Committee under Richard Burr has told us that they will call the whistleblower, the South Carolina Republican said on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures. I want to understand how all this crap started, he said. The impeachment effort began to take root with the emergence last year of a whistleblower complaint raising concerns about a July phone call between Trump and Ukrainian President Mr. Zelensky, in which the American leader, Trump, pressed his Ukrainian counterpart to investigate the Bidens and other Democrats. The complaint, which in the intelligence community Inspector General determined to be urgent and credible, and was submitted by a CIA analyst whose identity has never been publicly confirmed. Republicans have accused House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff, who is now the lead impeachment manager, of being complicit with the whistleblower because the person met with a House Intelligence Committee aide seeking guidance before filing the complaint, and because the California Democrat recruited 2 former national security council aides, who worked alongside the CIA officials some believe to be the whistleblower at the NSC in the Obama and Trump administrations. Quote, if the whistleblower is a former employee of associate of Joe Biden, I think that would be important. If the whistleblower was working with people on Schiff's staff that wanted to take Trump down a year and a half ago, I think that would be important. If the Schiff staff people helped write the complaint, that would be important. We're going to get to the bottom of all this to make sure this never happens again, Chairman Graham said. Senator Richard Burr, who hails from North Carolina, said last year he absolutely wanted to hear from the whistleblower, but Republican members of his panel were, split on the matter as House impeachment proceedings were underway. A person or a spokesperson for Burr did not immediately return a request for comment. Impeachment proceedings began last fall with Democrats accusing Trump of improperly leveraging a White House meeting and nearly $400 million in security aid to pressure Ukraine into helping investigate his political rivals, including former Vice President Joe Biden, who is running for president this year. And again, Mama Snip 4, my mama. Joe, he's going to stand down. He's going to quit. He'll quit running. He's going to have you'll hear something about a family member. I'm going to quit because of that. Or a sickness or illness. Something's going to, one of those 2 things. She goes, I think it's going to be what you're going to hear. And Biden's going to say, okay, I got to deal with that. I'm going to step down, cancel my campaign. I'm going to tell you that so many times, because I have already, that when it happens, because I don't want any trolls. Oh, well, Joe, a broken clock is right twice a day. Oh, no. Mama Snip 4 is not a broken clock. She's a psychic investigator. Not really. As Republican allies of the president called for the whistleblower to come forward, Democrats argued that witness testimony and documents moved the impeachment case beyond the whistleblower. In other words, we don't need him anymore. Like, why are you guys asking about him? We don't need him. No, we do need him. We'd like to talk to him. Thanks. Lawyers for the whistleblower warned that identifying their client would put the person's life in danger. The House charged Trump with abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, but the president's legal team argued that the Democrats' case fell short of proving impeachable offenses. Trump is now headed toward a likely acquittal on Wednesday after the Senate voted to reject a motion for additional witnesses and documents. Did you also see, Nancy, I signed this impeachment documents. Here's a pen for you. Here's a pen for you. Remember that? When Trump was signing the USMCA, that deal the other day, he had a box full of pens and was handing them out like candy. Here you go, guys. Here you go. Trolling her. Love it. What other president would do such a thing? This guy is epic. The troller in chief. The House charged Trump again with abuse of power. Fell short of proving that. Trump is now headed likely toward acquittal on Wednesday after the Senate voted to reject the motion for additional witnesses and documents. Again, what do you mean additional? You guys had everything. You brought the charges up on them. You guys are... Well, we need to talk to other people too now. Yeah, okay. Graham, who is the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee and does not reside on the Chamber's Intelligence Committee, also described to other investigations that will be taken up by GOP-led panels in the Senate. He said the Foreign Relations Committee, of which he is also a member, will look into Biden's alleged conflicts of interest. And the Judiciary panel will deal with all things FISA. Let me tell Republicans out there, you should expect us to do this. If we don't do it, we're letting you down. I guarantee you, if the shoe were on the other foot, Democrats would be eating us alive if Republicans had done any of these things, he said. So, I can't wait to hear the whistleblower. Pull him up there. Question him. Can't wait to hear it. Oh, you weren't a whistleblower at all? No. What was your main source of information? New York Times article. So then you went to fill out a whistleblower complaint form based on a New York Times article. Well, the other guy did, so I thought I could do the same. Adam Schiff coached me on exactly what I should say and do. I can't wait for this. Take care.